Look, I'm kind of retarded, okay? And if I can make 7K in a day and do 30 million organic views, you could probably do it as well. I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, and neither are you, which is probably why you're watching this video. You're probably a drop shipper, so welcome to the channel. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Smith Reese. I drop bangers, and I know bangers, okay? So, here's me air humping in front of a Novatech 812, a kitted out R8, putting a little sparkler in my wiener area. Cool watches, just some cool stuff. Got the Burger King hat on the airplane. If you know, then you know. And don't ask me how this happened, but I was with Chief Keef yesterday. That is the most random thing of all time. Anyways, guys, people want to say dropshipping is dead, right? People say dropshipping is dead. Now, realistically, if you think about this, if dropshipping is dead, then first off, Amazon stock would be fucking going to nothing. Second off, Jeff Bezos would be selling. He just had like $100 million wedding or something in Italy. Dropshipping is just e-commerce. It's like an umbrella term. E-commerce has an umbrella term. It involves branding, white label, private label, dropshipping, everything. So the thing is that there's kind of a duality when people say dropshipping is dying, and I want to talk about that. If you think about it, so, you ask an e-com guy who sells a course on e-com if you should run an agency. I try to be the most transparent guy in the world. I'm never going to be the kind of person to say that a business model doesn't work. Every business works if you stick to it. There's obviously better business models for the position that you're in. Like, if, maybe you're watching this video and you think e-commerce is the best thing to do. But at the end of the day, there's probably a guy watching this video where in his situation in life and with his skills, it probably makes more sense to start an agency. But you ask an agency guy if you should do e-com, of course he's going to say no. And you ask an e-com guy who, hey, should I run an agency? Of course they're going to say no because they sell a course on it. I say both work, okay? So a lot of people say dropshipping is dead, and the reason why is because it falls down under one term, okay? Selective. There we go. Sorry. Perception bias. Sorry, I'm writing sideways, guys. So selective perception bias, right? And the best way to kind of explain this is if you Google videos, right? Let's say somebody tells you, even your boy or your friend or your parent or your brother, someone tells you dropshipping is dead, or you see somebody on TikTok saying dropshipping is dead. You are going to go look up videos, is dropshipping dead? Now, you're essentially just spoon feeding yourself that belief. Because if you look up videos, is dropshipping dead? Nobody's going to say, no, dropshipping is not dead. Right? Like if you look up dropshipping results, you're going to see a bunch of people printing money with dropshipping. So you're kind of choosing this perception and spoon feeding yourself this false belief that e-commerce as a market is dying or it is dead. And it is probably the stupidest thing you could possibly do. Obviously, due diligence and doing your own research is very important, but I just want to get that out of the way because I see a lot of people that kind of fall into that trap. And I have even met people personally, like friends and friends of friends of mine that, see me making money and traveling the world and doing cool stuff. And they're like, yo, is dropshipping actually work? And I'm like, bro, look at me. Like, clearly it fucking works. So at the end of the day, just keep in mind when you're doing something, you have to take in biases, but I'm not going to talk about that. So basically what I want to talk about is some strategies that I use to, kind of make this kind of money. And first thing I'm going to talk about is organic. Okay. So if you don't know who I am, I do organic mainly. Obviously it's not fully organic. You're not going to hit consistent 7K days or, 50, 40K months profit, by the way, with organic only, because I found a way to make organic less volatile than it is. Obviously, as we know, organic as a model is very volatile. It's very volatile because what you're going to have is one video and it's going to, let's say this one video, right? It could get 28 million views. And let's say you make 30 grand from that one video. Congratulations. You've made 30 racks and, let's say you profit like 20K. Fantastic, because $0 in ad spend, right? It's fantastic. But at the end of the day, you're not going to get 30 million views every single video. And that's the truth of it. But I personally think it's fantastic because you have higher margins. So there's pros and cons to organic and paid, right? Paid, you're just relying on certainty and impressions, and organic, you're relying on high, like almost triple margins, and you can make it volatile, or you can make it less volatile. So essentially how I've made it less volatile is doing systems, right? So, and this is such a broad business term, so don't think, oh, systems. No, I'm actually going to get into this. So basically what I want to talk about is how to make organic less volatile than it is. Now, I personally do things like influencer marketing. I do a lot of that. I've been scammed a lot of times, but now we kind of got that on a lock now. But influencer marketing, hiring creators as well, and doing boom affiliates. So affiliates. Hopefully I spelled that right. I dropped out of high school, guys. I'm kind of, like I said, the title, I'm a fucking retard. So if I can make money, you can too. So listen up. So essentially, people with organic, they kind of hold themselves through biases. Like I said, they hold themselves through biases, and they essentially, that's why you see a lot of organic guys. They'll essentially they'll run up a good amount of money with a product, and then they'll go and spend that money or chill and get content, and then they'll revisit the product. You ran a product, you made some money with it, and you didn't make it volatile, or you didn't make it, consistent long term. So now you got to switch, bro. You're revisiting an old product. It just doesn't make sense. So you can make it less volatile. And I personally have done it through influencer marketing, creators, and affiliates. So influencer marketing, I still have seen a higher, I wouldn't even call it ROAS. I guess I'll just call it ROI. I've seen a higher ROI on influencer marketing than I have with anything else. And it really comes down to one thing, and that's just due diligence. It comes down to one thing, and that's just due diligence, right? So, and I'm going to give you guys like the pretty good influencer marketing playbook. I'm not going to give you literally everything because that would just be a little bit, disrespectful to the guys in my program. But with due diligence, basically what I'm talking about is a lot of people try influencer marketing and they fail because they don't do it properly. So I'm basically going to give you guys the playbook on how to actually do proper. Bro, who's calling me right now, bro? Fuck you, bro. You missed our fucking meeting, bro. Don't waste my fucking time. 15 minutes late. Anyways, so here's the thing, right? When you're doing your due diligence, essentially what you want to look for is, okay, so what language are you in, right? So I knew a guy that paid this crazy big, like 13 million followers, and he ran an English store. So the store is in English, but 60% of his followers were German. 30% of the other followers, which comes out to 90, were Spanish, and then the other 10% were in the US and UK. Why on God's green earth would you pay somebody who 90% of the audience didn't even speak English to promote your English speaking store? Now, sure, 10% of 13 million or so, there's like 13.7 is a lot, but why not just find somebody who's bigger with an English speaking audience? Now, I don't have enough money to go around handing out, 10 million plus followers to a bunch of campaigns and whatnot, but you kind of have to do your due diligence. So when I mean due diligence, I mean you look at their reach, their last 7 days. Fuck 30-day reach, because anyone can get inflated 30-day reach. My highest 30-day reach was like 50 million on my personal page on Instagram. So first off, you know what I'm talking about organically, but it's so inflated and it's so easy to just like think, 30 million. Like my shit right now is like 16.5. It's like super it's inflated numbers. It's just fairy tale land. So look at their story views, look at their average story views, look at their average story views per sequences. So 1, 2, 3 stories, see how much they get on one story, see how much they get on 3 back-to-back stories. Look at their average, their views and basically their accounts reached in the last 7 days. Never look at 30 days, always has to be 7 days. Look at the countries that they're in, so the countries that they're reaching, the biggest audience, and look at their age demographics. You need to literally, and it's going to be a lot, but if somebody's not prepared to literally hand these analytics over because you're going to offer them money, then they're clearly not the best person to go to. Now, that's the reason influencer marketing doesn't work for most people. I could go way more in depth, but I don't want this video to be over 30 minutes. So it really just comes down to due diligence, right? Now with creators, the reason why I use creators is because with organic, of course, you have the SIM card problem, right? If I make videos on my personal phone, I'm going to mainly reach American or maybe Canada, maybe UK, but it's going to be 99% American, right? Like my personal page, a lot of my followers are American. You're probably watching this from America or Canada or maybe the UK, but it's an English-speaking country. There's probably going to be 0. I had like 1 Russian comment. I don't know how this guy got my page, bro. But like, you see what I'm saying, right? So creators, I can go hit, let's say, Spanish speaking, German speaking, French speaking. What's another? I mean, I guess Canada, but Canadians speak English as well. But yeah, I mean, like essentially what it is you can just hit all these different markets with the same product if you have creators. Now, the reason why this works is because you can go test the most saturated product, and you can just insert it into a new market and make a shit ton of money, right? Like, for example, I'll give you guys 2 examples. So there was a guy who was in my thing. I'm not going to be the guy. I just want to give examples for you guys. I'm not going to sit here and say, join my stuff, but like, I want to give you guys examples because this is valuable. So there was a guy in my program, the fucking P word, and essentially he ran a product and he got, it was the most saturated product of all time. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It was those little retro cameras. It was like those retro mini cameras that shot like the vintage style. And he essentially lived in Switzerland, I believe, and he just ran that product in German. That guy, off of 400,000 views, made $14,000 in revenue. I don't know how much it was in profit, but he made 14K in like a week in revenue from that product. All he did was take the most saturated product from the American market and he put it into his new market. And if you're from Europe watching this video, you should definitely try that. Another example is I was in Bucharest, Romania, and my buddy out there who lives in like a super nice apartment building, I was like, whose cars are these, bro? There was a Mansory Phantom and there was a 812 competition. That's motion. That's fucking motion. Who's driving these whips around in Romania? And he goes, you know what, bro? He just made a rip-off Five Guys in Romania. I think it's called like Fridays or something. You guys can look this up. But the dude has motion, bro. I think he has like a Brabus as well. And that's simply because he just took a product and he put it in a new market. That's all it is. Because Romanians aren't going to shop in them. Like, they're not going to, fly Five Guys out? Like, you see what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm talking about. And affiliates kind of just plays into creators and influencer marketing. But you see what I'm saying? You can make organic way less volatile if you understand this. And a lot of people have the limiting belief that organic is volatile, which is why they don't actually make it volatile. They like, that's the thing. Nobody's prepared to sit here and say, hey, you can scale organic consistently. You can actually make consistent $30,000 to $50,000 a month profit with organic. Now, when I say organic, I'm just saying anything that isn't paid ads, because I'm not going to say influencer marketing is technically paid ads. Not 100% organic, but you can definitely find ways to make a fuck ton of money. If I have a creator in Canada, the UK, Germany, France, and what's a random country? I'm not going to name a country that I don't have a creator in. So I have a creator in Spain, I have a creator in the UK, I have a creator in France, I have a creator in Germany, and I have a creator in Canada. I have five guys. I love Five Guys. I just want Five Guys on my team. I love Five Guys. If you're watching this, if there's 5 guys watching this video, that's 5 different markets right here. So that's 5 times the reach. Now, of course, that is going to hit on my margins a little bit because I do have to pay them and maybe do affiliates or percentages, profit shares, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm still getting probably double margins of what paid ads would be. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is a strategy to transition from organic to paid ads. So essentially what you can do, like let's say, for example, 28 million views. Let's say you take your creative, right? So you have X creative. Now, you basically take this creative and you do organic, right? You find a winning product, you find a winning creative, you add CTAs. So essentially, right? Like what you could do is, I hate to be the guy, I'm just using examples here, so don't get fucking, oh, this guy sells a program in the comments, right? And I'm honest, I do. But essentially, you can take, like, let's say you have a winning creative, you find a winning product, right? You get the CTA. You basically have a winning product. You have proof of concept. You have a winning creative because it got, 20 million views or something on Instagram or TikTok. You literally re-edit the video and you add a CTA. You already have the traffic and people buying from your niche. You see what I'm saying? So you have these people that are in your niche. You know they're online buyers. You know they're going to go to your page. And if from 28 million views, you can probably get another video to crack 20 million views, 15, 5, 7. And you're probably going to have 50,000 plus followers, obviously, depending on the product. But you're going to have 50 plus thousand followers from this exact Instagram account, on this dropshipping, organic dropshipping Instagram account. Now, what you can do is you can just make a CTA and you can literally just do retargeting. Bro, you guys don't understand this. I had a dude, like I said, in my thing, he had 150,000 followers on his Instagram account. He ran retargeting on fucking his biggest creatives, just clean up the fucking market, literally. So all you really have to do is, like, let's say you have a winning creative. Clearly you converted, because if it didn't convert, then you wouldn't be running the product. You just put a CTA on the video, call to action. Then you retarget it. You run retargeting ads. You can do it yourself or hire a fucking agency. It's not the hardest thing in the world. You can chat GPT how to fucking do it or find a free course on how to do it. But you basically just run retargeting and you print fucking money. There's ways to make organic, dude. Oh my God. And the reason I'm kind of making this video is because I had a guy on my last YouTube video. He literally said, like, organic is a gimmick and you fucking know it. And I'm like, all right, Mr. fucking 3 subscribers, no profile picture. So going more in depth to what I do personally is because obviously, right, like you're not going to be able to do all this kinds of stuff forever. Like you're not going to be drop shipping random ass little like Labubu's from fucking Temu, right? You're not going to be able to hit like $1 trillion a month with that. So, you know how I became a drop shipping quadrillionaire is I do white label stuff. So essentially is you can make a white label is so easy. Like if you don't know what white label is, basically, factory, they make, so here, I'm just going to write F. So F is factory. Now there's a factory that has a website, and on the website, they have products. You basically slap your logo on their product logo. You basically slap your logo on their product. they charge you, let's say $5 to source. And then, oh, that's a terrible $5. So they charge you $5 to source. And then once you do, basically you slap the logo on, you have $5, you charge it for 15. Then you connect your Shopify, and like any white label, any actual white label supplier is going to be able to connect your Shopify store. So basically they take care of fulfillment as well. So $5, you charge them 15 because obviously like you can market, and if you market properly, especially with influencer marketing, you can crack crazy fucking margins. So your product costs only $5, you're charging 15. You could probably charge $30 and up depending on the industry you're in, like supplements. I've done it. It's fucking nuts. So yeah, essentially you could charge $5, or you could charge 15 to upwards of $45 if you're in the supplement, depending on the industry. Like I said, makeup is crazy as well. There's white label water bottles. Like you can dropship fucking anything. So essentially, you charge for 15, then they take care of the fulfillment for you. It's all taken care of. And that's literally it. It's it. And these people are all US based as well. You're not you're creating an actual fucking brand. It's way easier, and you don't have to go through the whole bullshit of having 3PLs and logistics centers and this and that. Do you see what I'm saying? There's companies that are out there that will sit there, take care of fulfillment, take care of branding, logos, fucking all like, and let's say you're selling supplements, bro. Everything's FDA approved. All the formulas are tested. Everything is under regulation. It's fine. You don't have to sign paperwork or do bullshit. They take care of it all. They charge you $5. You sell it for $25. You take $20 in your fucking pocket. And let's say you just drop a rack like every single week on influencer marketing and you rip organic. Dude, you have a brand and you spent $0 on ads. I don't know why nobody talks about this kinds of shit, bro. Like, everyone's so stuck up, man. Like the e-com space is so cooked right now. But like I said, it's not dying. So yeah, that's basically a lot of I can't go literally in depth on absolutely everything I do, but that's a good amount of the strategies and, kind of to give you guys a realm of where I'm at with e-com and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to make this video over 30 minutes or anything. I kind of want to make it very digestible and straight to the point. So yeah, I'm kind of a retard. If I can make money, you can as well. Chief Keef hangs out with retards. So excuse me, I apologize. Read the sign. Subscribe or you're gay. And if you want to work one-on-one, click the link in the first link in the description, or follow me on Instagram or not. I don't care. Stay blessed.